Namaskar. Today we are going to discuss about the metabolism of isoniazid and the polymorphism associated with isoniazid metabolism and how it leads to isoniazid toxicity. So this is the structure of isoniazid. We call it as isonicotinic acid hydrazide. In short, we say isoniazid. Isoniazid is metabolized by the enzyme N-acetyl transferase. So NAT2 to acetyl isoniazid. So this COCH3 groups, acetyl group CH3CO is attached to the hydrazine. So NHCOCH3. So this is acetyl isoniazid. Then it is metabolized by amidase to acetyl hydrazine. So acetyl hydrazine and acetyl isoniazid both cause hepatotoxicity. Whereas isoniazid itself is responsible for peripheral neuritis or peripheral neuropathy, because the reason is, so the peripheral neuropathy is not directly caused by isoniazid but because of vitamin B6 deficiency. So vitamin B6, also known as pyridoxine, and pyridoxine is structurally similar to isoniazid. So you can see here this isonicotinic acid group is there. So structurally similar to isoniazid, and pyridoxine is converted to its active form pyridoxal phosphate, the active form, by the enzyme pyridoxine kinase. And this active form pyridoxal phosphate preserves the coverings on nerve endings, so they are protective to the nerve endings. They preserve the covering on the nerve endings, so they ultimately produce the healthy nervous system function. And in absence of pyridoxine, when there is deficiency of pyridoxine, that will cause peripheral neuritis or peripheral neuropathy. So what isoniazid does? Isoniazid inhibits its activation to pyridoxal phosphate. Isoniazid inhibits pyridoxine kinase and prevents the conversion of pyridoxine to its active form pyridoxal phosphate. One. Second, pyridoxine is metabolized finally to 4-pyridoxic acid, which is excreted in urine. And pyridoxine itself can also be excreted unchanged in urine. So when isoniazid inhibits its activation into pyridoxal phosphate, this pyridoxine will be available and that will be excreted unchanged. And in this way, isoniazid increases the excretion of pyridoxine in urine and also inhibits the enzyme pyridoxine kinase, because of which it will decrease the active form of pyridoxine. So all this leads to the pyridoxine or vitamin B6 deficiency. So the function, that is the decrease in maintenance of covering of nerve endings, occurs, and that will lead to peripheral neuritis or peripheral neuropathy. So isoniazid causes peripheral neuropathy because of pyridoxine deficiency. And how it does that? By inhibiting pyridoxine kinase. So one way it inhibits the conversion of pyridoxine to its active form, that is pyridoxal phosphate. Second, the pyridoxine accumulation will lead to increase in excretion of pyridoxine because pyridoxine is also excreted unchanged. So you can say that how this isoniazid isoniazid toxicity is related to the polymorphism or genetic variations in the rate of N-acetylation. As we have discussed that isoniazid is metabolized by N-acetyl transferase to its metabolites acetyl hydrazine. This acetyl hydrazine and the other metabolite, that is acetyl isoniazid, all cause hepatotoxicity, whereas isoniazid causes peripheral neuropathy. And how it is related? So this N-acetyl transferase enzyme shows genetic variations or polymorphism. So there are population in whom there is low hepatic acetyl transferase activity, and there are population in whom there is high hepatic acetyl transferase activity. So the world population can be divided into two groups: slow acetylators, fast acetylators. Slow acetylators have low hepatic acetyl transferase activity, and fast acetylators have high hepatic N-acetyl transferase activity. So who are those population? Slow acetylators include Egyptians, Swedish people, Mediterranean Jews. 60 to 70% of Indians are slow acetylators. Fast acetylators, Japanese people, Eskimos, and 30 to 40% of Indians. White people have 50-50 slow acetylators and fast acetylators. So in slow acetylators there is low metabolism, and in fast acetylators there is high metabolism. That is, the rate of N-acetylation is low in case of slow acetylators, and it is high in case of high acetylators. So because of low metabolism, there will be accumulation of isoniazid. The half-life of isoniazid is 3 hours, whereas in fast acetylators, because of high metabolism, there is accumulation of the metabolite acetyl hydrazine. So in slow acetylators we have the side effect peripheral neuropathy, and in fast acetylators we have side effect or toxicity hepatotoxicity because of acetyl hydrazine. So acetyl hydrazine causes hepatotoxicity in fast acetylators, and isoniazid causes peripheral neuropathy in slow acetylators. So the genetic variation or polymorphism shown during isoniazid metabolism affects its toxicity, and in slow acetylators there is peripheral neuropathy, and in fast acetylators there is hepatotoxicity because of the metabolites acetyl isoniazid and acetyl hydrazine. So this is all about the toxicity of isoniazid and its relation with the polymorphism in acetylation. Thank you.